Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of MJ Everyday, a supplement-based episode for you guys today. The first of 3 episodes, as a matter of fact, on creatine. So I've been getting a lot of questions about creatine from a lot of different people. Questions about what exactly does it do? What's the deal with water retention? Should I be taking it leading into a contest? What are the pros and cons of the different types? When is the best time to take it? Can girls take it? Can guys take it? A lot of questions about creatine. So I thought the best way to address them all is to pull them all together and do 3 episodes of MJ every day, back to back to back, one after another on creatine. So this is going to be the first of 3. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about exactly what creatine does and then kind of lead on to who should be taking creatine. Tomorrow's episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about the pros and cons of the different types of creatine, the main different types of creatine. And then the episode the day after that, the 3rd episode, we're going to talk about the best time to take creatine. And then once again, I guess the types of people that should be taking creatine, and also touch a little bit on creatine leading into a contest and the whole water retention issue. So today's episode, what does creatine do? A lot of misconceptions still in the industry today, guys, about exactly what creatine does, which is kind of hard to believe because creatine is one of the most studied and most proven supplements, dietary supplements that we have in the industry. And it's been around for a long time as well. It's coming up to 30, possibly even pushing 40 years now that creatine has been used as a sports supplement, as a dietary supplement to improve athletic performance. So real simply for you guys, creatine is a very simple supplement. And it serves a very simple purpose. What creatine is a precursor to a compound called adenosine triphosphate. Now, what precursor means is that it allows our body to synthesize more adenosine triphosphate or produce more adenosine triphosphate. So we take creatine, provided we're consuming enough carbohydrates, which most of us are, our body will take that creatine and the carbohydrates and use them to produce more adenosine triphosphate. The logical question is, what is that adenosine triphosphate used for, and why is having more of it a benefit, or what benefit is there to having more of it, to being able to produce more of it? And to answer that question, we need to touch quickly on the different energy systems that our body uses to power physical exercise. So we have 2 main energy systems in the human body. The first one is the glucose energy system. The second one is the phosphate energy system. Very quickly for you guys, glucose energy system, as the name suggests, uses glucose as the fuel or as the energy source for that energy system. Now, our body will use the glucose energy system to power most types of exercise, but in particular, exercise where our heart rate is elevated and we're doing cardiovascular type work. So our heart rate is up above 60%, for example, of our maximum heart rate. We're doing cardiovascular based exercise. Our body can power that exercise using glucose as a fuel source, using glucose as an energy source, and utilizing the glucose energy system. Where the glucose energy system falls down is when we start doing exercise that involves short, sharp muscle contractions that happen very quickly. So lifting weights, for example, but not just lifting weights, any type of performance athletics where you're sprinting or jumping or pushing or pulling, or anything that involves a very quick, short, sharp muscle contraction. The problem with the glucose energy system is it can't supply energy from glucose fast enough to power those short, sharp muscle contractions. So our body has to use a different energy source that's able to supply energy much quicker, and that's where it uses the phosphate energy system. Now, the phosphate energy system obviously doesn't use glucose as the fuel source. What it uses is this compound called adenosine triphosphate, the ATP, the stuff that creatine allows our body to produce more of. So tying all of this in together, guys, creatine as a precursor to adenosine triphosphate allows our body to produce more adenosine triphosphate, which is the compound that is used to power short, sharp muscle contractions in the phosphate energy system. Therefore, what creatine effectively does is allows us to get more powerful, short, sharp muscle contractions for more repetitions for a longer period of time. So if you apply this to the weights room, you're able to lift more weight for more repetitions for a longer period of time. So you're able to stimulate more muscle growth. You're able to increase performance in the weights room. If you apply this to athletic-based sports where you're jumping, sprinting, pushing, pulling, any type of short, sharp muscle contraction, it's going to allow you to do that with more power for more repetitions over a longer period of time. So it increases your athletic performance with regards to short, sharp muscle contractions. That's effectively what creatine does. Very, very simple product when you actually understand physiologically or biologically exactly what it does in the human body. So precursor to adenosine triphosphate allows our body to produce more adenosine triphosphate, which is the fuel that our body uses in the phosphate energy system, which is the energy system that our body uses to power short, sharp muscle contractions. Now, when you take this information and you start to think about, well, who should be supplementing with creatine? Obviously, anybody who's lifting weights, who's looking to stimulate muscle growth, to change body composition and build a little bit of muscle, regardless of gender, regardless of whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. If you're trying to tone or trying to build muscle, creatine is going to be of huge benefit to you because it's going to allow you to lift heavier for more reps for a longer period of time and therefore stimulate more muscle growth. The other type of people who should be taking creatine is anyone who's involved in performance athletic sports, because it's going to help you perform better at that athletic sport that involves short, sharp muscle contractions. So pretty much anybody who's doing any type of exercise that involves short, sharp muscle contractions is going to benefit from supplementing with creatine. Just as if you extrapolate and you consider the glucose energy system, just as anyone who's involved in any type of physical activity that involves the cardiovascular base is going to benefit from consuming carbohydrates, because those carbohydrates are going to be digested, converted into glucose, and used as fuel to power the glucose energy system. Guys, that's a wrap for today's first installment of 3 episodes of MJ Everyday on creatine, exactly what creatine does. So I hope I've been able to break that down for you guys as simply as possible, tell you exactly what creatine does. And I'm going to assume that pretty much all of you watching this video are going to benefit from supplementing with creatine if you're not already. Guys, that's a wrap for this episode of MJ Everyday. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn your post notifications on both on your mobile, your cell phone, and your desktop PC, so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. I will see you guys tomorrow for the second installment on creatine, where we discuss the pros and cons of the different types of creatine available on the market today. Until then, I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay